we're here with Brad Weston of Renewed Vision, and we talked with Brad last year when InfoComm was in Vegas. These are the guys that do a lot of the displays for a large number of, shall we say, unnamed Olympic ceremonies and venues.
Unnamed international. You just named it, so you just messed up the whole thing. No, it's all right. Okay. We'll keep going. But yeah, so we've got a number of different products, 4 different products. ProPresenter is our flagship product. We have a scoreboard product that's based on ProPresenter that's in use at a lot of different sporting venues for high schools and small colleges and universities that allow them to show ad zones and the like. So we'd encourage people that are interested in scoreboards to take a look at that on our website at renewedvision.com. But what's actually driving our booth here at InfoComm is our new PVP3 software. PVP is an acronym that traditionally has stood for Pro Video Player. We've kind of focused on calling it the acronym PVP because that it's so much more than just a playback device. It's Pro Video Processor, Pro Video for performance and whatnot. So we've got a pretty complicated display here. We've got LED screens on the sides and the columns. This is a 3.9 millimeter LED with a large 1920 by 1080 1.9 millimeter LED in the center. I've got a 4K display that's sitting down here. And all of this is being powered through a single Mac Pro that we've got sitting back there running our PVP3 software. So PVP3 will be coming out later this summer, offers a lot of functionality from our PVP2 product, and I'm happy to show it to you here. So one of the chief benefits of PVP3 over PVP2 is we have the ability to actually output via SDI. In production world, most all productions are using SDI in some sort of fashion because it's the easiest and most reliable way to make long cable runs to projectors or LED screens or whatnot. So the ability to output SDI gives us the ability to have a single box, for example, an external Thunderbolt box that we could output 8 SDI feeds directly from a single computer. And because we're able to output directly to the SDI card as opposed to having to go through the graphics slots of the computer, it gives us a lot more reliability because we're not beholden to the operating system. When we're outputting to a graphics output, we're beholden to the alerts or anything else that the computer actually wants to do, the operating system wants to do to that screen. So for example, if I have one screen that's hooked up via 30 frames per second and another at 60, everything will still act as 30 frames per second because it's always dealing with the lowest common denominator. So the output via SDI is a big deal. But then we also have a completely different interface for PVP3 with the ability on each individual layer to see the video content that's actually running on there. And in this case, I've got 15 different layers showing all combinations of video content that I'm playing within the software itself, but also taking live video inputs. So if you look up above this rack, I've got 4 SDI inputs that are actually coming in, and I'm showing them in PVP as picture-in-picture on my main canvas. Then I have 3 separate feeds that are coming from one, our scoreboard product on the left-hand side, another PVP machine that's outputting via NDI. NDI is a new broadcast network standard that we can actually output video over a standard Ethernet network. And then I have ProPresenter outputting over here, including alpha channel graphics, so that I can actually show words and still show the video that PVP is generating underneath that. So a lot of video capability there, and I've got a 4K display that I'm actually running here. So a lot of different channels of video that I'm able to actually trigger and manipulate in real time from my main user interface. Another fun new feature that we've got in the software is, and this is particularly applicable to live events and concerts and that kind of thing, is the ability to do live effects. So as I'm looking at this this baboon that's sitting right here, I can turn on a blur, and that blur will actually fade in. So it just kind of brings in that blur, and I can bring it out. We have a large variety of different live effects that we can manipulate. We can then encapsulate those into an effects set that we could turn on or off, and it will transition in and out as opposed to just snapping on, so we get smooth transitions between things. We have complete control over where video is playing and all the different target sets that we have in the software. So this complicated setup that involves these different rotated screens and the columns and whatnot, I'm duplicating that in my canvas within the software. So when you look at the digital canvas, I have those rotated screens. Now this is all, as far as the computer is concerned, it's just one display output for these columns. As far as the video processor is concerned, it's just one big video wall. But we're able to map it as separate screens within the software. So when I move this around, this top left display, if you'll pivot over, you'll see that it's actually moving around the content that's actually showing in that top left display in real time. Similarly, if I have that logo that's over there. If I look at my targets and look at my pillars, logos, target, I have a logo here and a logo here, similar to the logo that's up in the upper left-hand corner on both sides. If I should move this target around in the interface, on the left-hand side, it's moving around that same target in real time over here. So the live video manipulation functionality, it gives you the ability to actually create a show controller or an image processor for shows, not only, again, for content that's actually being played back within PvP, but for content that could be coming in via a live video interface. So again, it's extremely powerful. We also have the ability to do further manipulation and determine how different layers interact with the other. So we have what are called blend modes. And those blend modes give me the ability to manipulate video if I should show this video on my blend mode layer. You can see it's added this nice framing around there, so I still see the baboons that are playing on here, but I have this nice video effect because I'm playing a video and specifying how it's blending with the video that's behind it. One of my favorites is this that adds a nice little what looks like a piece of glass that has drips of water on it. So a lot of live video features that are beneficial to live performances. So a lot of capability, a lot of different tools that you can use, and not every production is going to use the same set of tools, but we tried to offer a robust feature set that would make it applicable for houses of worship, for corporate events, for live concerts, and basically any kind of live production that might be able to take advantage of any or all of these tools. So we'd love for you to check it out. It's at renewedvision.com. This is PvP3, and it will be available later this summer. Appreciate your time.